Hello Mechwarriors, and welcome to a new episode of the Molten Metal tutorial section. Today we will take a look at another medium build which is commonly known as the Poptart. This is a very mobile build which utilizes jump jets in combination with projectile based weapons to the max. It is mostly played with PPCs, but you could also play it with Gauss rifles if you dare. So what do we need for this? First of all, a Battlemech with a low profile that is hard to hit from the distance. Secondly, as many jump jets as we can possibly load. And most importantly, quirks that reduce the travel time of our projectiles. I'll tell you more about that later. I chose the Vindicator 1AA for this because he has everything I just mentioned. If you want, you could also go for a Blackjack BJ3. He meets all the requirements too, but this is just personal preference. Let's have a quick look at the loadout before we jump into the game. As you can see, we have two PPCs, which are quirked with 50% bonus velocity and 25% heat generation. This is just perfect for our playstyle. We've got all the jump jets this little fella can carry, which are 6. With them we can jump a tremendous distance of 70 meters. I put in an XL engine for a good amount of speed. And by the way, I took the XL 275 in it because I had it in stock. The XL 280 is equal in weight and gives you another 1.8 kph, so if you have one, you take this instead. Our defensive weapons are two medium lasers here. These come in handy when something underruns our minimum distance of the PPCs, which are 90 meters. Alright, got it? Then it's time to hit the battlefield. Okay, this is the basic concept. We find ourselves some cover, jump out, shoot at the climax, and then we hide again. We can repeat this process until the enemy is dead or we are forced to move. Our main role is to punch holes into the enemy's armor from mid-range and soften them up till they reach brawling distance. So it's okay if we shift our position now and then, if the enemy has adapted to our playstyle. Let the team do the killing. Our own survival has more priority. Here you can see why we need projectile-based weapons. We have only a very limited time window when we are in the air. Laser weapons would take too much time to deliver damage. Also, focusing fire is very hard when jumping and falling. Instead, we want instant damage when we click the fire button. This is where the velocity quirk shines. Aiming is much easier with it. We just don't need to calculate enemy movement and projectile speed that much. Just click the button and fire your projectiles.
What are these guys doing?
A very important thing to keep in mind is, do not fire while having jump jets active. They will shake your aim and your shots will go wild. Instead, release the throttle button and fire while falling.
Back out.
And keep in mind, when you jump up you take the risk of backfire. It is not that much, because you are very difficult to hit target, but nevertheless you want to make every jump count. And if you can't find your intended target, just go for something else. Make quick decisions and practice your reflexes. Sometimes it is better to shoot at something than not shooting at all. Your PPCs do not consume ammunition, keep that in mind. However, what they do is stacking heat. A lot. Give yourself some time now and then to cool down. You'll need these phases because active jump jets prevent heat dissipation. You can see that when I am in the air. The cooling is paused until I release the throttle again. So make sure that you are not using the jump jets unless necessary. If you are hot and you want to climb a hill, ask yourself if you could have gone around it instead and be ready to fight. Apart from that, the build is very good at flanking and getting into awkward positions. The 6 jump jets allow you some really nice hit and run tactics. The enemy finally got an idea of what I am doing now and is trying to shut me down, so I try to get into another position. Good thing about the PPC is the range. 600 meters is a perfect distance for our playstyle. Our damage diagram shows that the enemy damage is splashed all over our Battlemech, while we got in focus 20 damage per hit every single time. This is a good trade-off. I now try to get behind them, hoping that they are distracted by the rest of my team. I have no real idea where the enemy is, so I play it safe and cool completely down before I attempt the next jump. I hope to find myself a safe spot to shoot multiple times and wanted to deal as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, I found myself right before the whole team and I was forced to retreat. I was able to give the Hellbringer another shot of my PPC, but then I had to run.
Target Lima.
Yeah, as a medium mech you don't want a direct engagement with the heavy mech. Firing the medium lasers was not a good idea. In most cases running is the best option. I should have done that earlier here. With 100 kph we are able to get out quickly and come back from different angle though. I tried to get behind the Hellbringer because I saw that his rear arm on his gun. But instead I found more enemies. I am now trying to get out of this and regroup with my teammates again. I am shaking my torso here to splash the incoming damage. If there is a solid hit against my rear center, I would be dead. And again, I managed to survive. By the way, if you can, lock your targets to get information about their weak points. The Ibn Jaguar had a critical center torso, so this was a good opportunity for a takedown. The quick draw on the other hand was a surprise for me. The PPC fire was just a reflex shot. Of course it dealt no damage. But I dropped to the left and tried to juke him to get out. We have superior jumping power and can quickly get on top again, while the quick draw on the other hand is trapped. After another shot I decided to play it safe and get some distance between me and him. I saw that he had medium lasers and autocannons, so I tried to move out of laser range and hoped that his aiming skills with the autocannon is just not that good. Now he is the last enemy on the map. I decide to go all in on the jump and try to get a kill. Although I got in 2 good shots, the honor goes to someone else though. But that's okay for me. A quick side note at the end. Usually you want to preserve some fuel for a soft landing. As a rule of thumb I would recommend stopping at the 25% notification. So that's it. We did 441 damage, which is pretty okay for a medium. But as I said earlier, our damage comes very focused, so I consider this as a good game. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have fun pop-tarting and see you next time. Goodbye.